Could you give me one pillow? Pillow, one pillow. I can be a little high up. It's not comfortable. Okay. Okay, so we took 5 minutes to get ready. Do you remember where we read? Yeah. Who can say? 120. Good. Good reference. Okay, so let us chant then. Om Shahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryan Karvavahai Tejasvi Navadhitamastu Ma Vidvisha Bahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. May Brahman protect us both, the teacher and the student, equally. May he enable us to share the benefit of the learning equally. May we be equally strong to grasp the meaning of the learning. May the learning be equally fruitful to us. May we never be jealous of each other. Peace, peace, peace. It's not on? Hello?
You shouldn't see any white. Never see any white.
Okay. Yes.
See this white, Maharaj?
Ah.
Here, you should never see any white.
This is on.
It's supposed to be on.
Now it's okay?
No, it's not. Hold on.
Okay, so we were on.
Now it's on.
Now it's on. It's on?
Yes, Maharaj.
Is it? Yeah, it doesn't seem any different. Is it?
Now we were reading that very important point that from the verse number of this, it is the second chapter, part 2 and chapter 1, and there we started our discussion like this. That when the Lord created us, He created our senses projected outside, and because of that projection, we see the things of the outside object, but it is not the same, not what is within. But not everybody is a fool like us. There are certain intelligent people who, to turn their eye inward, to see who is inside, pratyagatmanamaiksha, they close their eyes and then they focus inside. That was the first verse. Second verse said, those people who are fools, they are like child, have no sense of intelligence. They get engaged into the common, the objects of the senses and the sense objects. In that connection, they spend their life. And as a result, the mrityu rotijanti, again and again they go into the cycle of birth and death, because there is no end of your asking things, and desire inflames another desire, and not any satisfaction. So, therefore, only the intelligent people second verse on page 116 or 17 better. They dhira, those who are intelligent and quiet people, their mind is calm and serene, what they do? Amritattang viditva, knowing about that immortality, dhruvam, adhruvam, no iho prarthana. In this world, they don't crave for, they don't ask for, they don't run for, which is not immortal. They don't run for mortal things. They very intelligent. Others are like childlike. They don't understand what they're running for and what is the consequence of that search. It is not bringing spiritual freedom or eternal freedom, but it is making us go round and round in the cycle of birth and death. Why? Because one desire leads to another, one another to another, and there is an unending chain of this desire cycle goes on and on and on, and therefore we have to be born to fulfill those desires. But intelligent people, they do not crave for adhruveshu, which is not dhruva, which is not permanent, but for the dhruva, which is eternal, which is absolute, which is permanent. That we did. Now the question is that what is that we are searching for? What that dhira, the intelligent people will seek for? You know, this is a very, very important verse, and in very few language, few words he has said, but yena, by which, page 118, 118, the verse number 3, yena, by which rupang rasang gandham shabdan sparshan and maitunan etenu vijanati. You know, there is a form, rupa, there is a rasa, there is an object of the tongue, gandha, smell of the nose, shabdan, the sound, sparshan, touch, and the sex enjoyment. Who does that? Whose consciousness gives us the experience of that? Etenaiva vijanati. You know all your experiences because of this which is inside. Etena, by this reality only, vijanati, you know it is a object of form, it is a subject, is an object of taste, touch, all sense experiences. By that, if you know that, etenaiva vijanati, if you know this, etena, that by this only all this perception is happening, then kimatro parishishyate, then what is left for you to know? You have known the truth. These objects are not important. By whose power you perceive this object. So it's a beautiful verse to think every day that I am enjoying food. I am not getting a good food, distaste or distaste. Both. Who reveals that to you? What is that consciousness? Search for that. And you see, the same consciousness is allowing you to see things, good or bad, hear words which is very exciting or depressing, or touch heat and cold, and also the sense enjoyment. All these are understood by what consciousness? Etena eva, by this. If you know that, kimatra parishyate, then what left is left for you to know? That means you know everything. Because by that one, all perception is possible. The external perception of this entire sensate universe is dependent on that consciousness. And if you know that, then you know the foundation of all our knowledge. All our knowledge, eyes, ears, nose, tongue, throat, etc., whatever we have, these are all secondary, it is only carriers, not the brain cells even, or the neurons, They are only superficial description. What is the consciousness? And then knowing that etena eva vijanati, this truly is that you asked for, O Nachiketa. Etat vaitat, you asked me, what is that immortal truth? This is that immortal truth. See, you can catch it. And whole day and night can work on that. And if you can work on that, you know that you have got the right thing. You have realized, you have come to the truth. In thousands of texts, all intellectual, hundreds and tons of books written to only say this experience. How simple is this? You don't need to read a book. Just absorb one idea. By which, by whom or by which? Rupam, the form, the beauty, whatever you see. Rupam, rasam, taste. Sabdan, you are hearing through the ear. Gandhan, sparshan, and maithuna, means the sense experience, sex experience. Etena eva vijanati. You know only because of this consciousness. What a beautiful, grand idea. Think that that is the reality. And we are forgetting that. We are focusing on the external form. I saw this, I saw that, I heard this, I did this, this is good, this is bad. We are dwelling in the external only, not going to the ground by which this experience is happening. That is called, if you know this, nothing else remains to be known. That's why in another Upanishad it says that by knowing one, everything is known. This is that one. And if you know, and you question what is Brahman, what is Atman, what is immortal truth? Etadvaitat. This is that truth. Yes.
I try to understand what my confusion is, or like not understanding is, and what comes up, Swami, is this process, like, a little one you couldn't even explain, they couldn't grasp it. So there's some kind of evolution going on that the form is required for us to be able. We have to evolve even whether we want to accept it or not. So it's just, I guess it's like understanding, like, without this instrument, for lack of another word that comes to mind, would we be? I mean, it seems like it's needed on some level, right?
Of course. Unless we go through, take these senses. I'm talking to you by what?
Yeah.
Mouth. You are hearing what? Ear. So
Now,
without this, how can you go?
Okay.
But these will all fall back.
And when they do, what will be left to know itself?
Nothing to be known. You are that. Only that remains.
But how are you going to know you're that if you don't?
Because these people are saying so. You are gone. You are dead. How can you say I will be there?
Well, where does the subtle body fit into this?
A
Is
subtle body is this thought is subtle body.
thought? So the
Subtle body, etc., all goes much lower grade.
but it's higher than this solid grade,
Yeah.
right?
This is also same. The next verse will say, when you dream, then you have the same experience there. By what energy, what consciousness you see your dreams? Who in the dream cries? You hear sound there also. Taste, touch, everything happens there.
So
But
without-
what consciousness is behind that? That's why it is beyond the subtle body.
But without the instrument, is it possible?
There is the instrument, subtle instrument, not these eyes, you have another eyes. Don't you have in your dream body another eyes? Dream nose, dream ear, dream tongue, dream hand.
So that aspect will. See, because I mean, we work so hard to try to get this, and then when we're no longer informed.
But you come down. When you come back, then you experience all these things. When you go up, what you are doing? You are excluding everything, no? And you are going rising up and you go into the roof. But when you come down again, that's why realized souls, they come down. If it is not, what do I know? He is a dead man. Whether he is a Brahmogani or an idiot, how do I know? We know because he comes down and he shines like a divine personality, and they are going towards them. We get the uplifted mood. That proves, yeah, there is something else. The old man is dead, new man has come out. And there you find he experiences, and these rishis, the sages, are coming down and telling all these things. Now you experience, you will also tell the same thing, because it is science.
Is she talking about knowing and you're talking about experiencing?
And knowing it is a term also.
You can't get it.
No, knowing is also, don't get messed up in the terminology. Knowing means what? Knowing means three things. I know object is there and some instrument is necessary. Without that, no knowing. If my mind is absent, thing will be there, I will not. See, no. If my eyes don't see, eyes is closed, mind is there, everything, I don't see you. If my brain does not function, I don't see you. That means instrument, observer, observed, and instrumentality. Three things are necessary for knowing. And realization means what? All these three collapse.
But they all have to work to get to beyond.
Work through this to go beyond. As I say, you enter a school to get beyond the school, get out of the school. Everyone goes to university, school, whatever. And then getting a PhD, they get out of the school. And they can come back to the school again to teach. But also he lives like in caged situation like us. A realized soul goes beyond this, did all this and gone. But he again comes to teach us. The same PhD, he becomes the assistant professor. Adjunct professor. Is it not? That happens in the universities. So it is the same thing. When they go beyond and they come back again. They don't die. And they come to the same classroom, but not in the same position. Previously he used to sit in the student's position, and now he sits in the teacher's position. That is going beyond. And his perception is different, his understanding is different.
Swami, when we talk about all these things that are so hyphenated, subject and object collapsing, knower and known, dissolving, and so on, we're kind of dumbstruck by the awesomeness of the whole thing. And yet, funnily enough, we are doing it every nanosecond. The only way I see the computer on my desk is if the subject and the object don't collapse in that moment of knowing, which is why I know you've got a kind of magenta colored laptop sitting on your desk. It's happening every second. And I'm not awed by it. I think that's okay. But when you talk about subject and object dissolving, we are so filled with awe. We are so,
Well, because we're wanting to see more than a laptop.
but the seeing of the laptop is the miracle. And that's what we don't recognize.
We want an even better miracle.
But you see, the minute we see common things, I know that that little pot in front of the shrine is no different from Mother's image. We already are there, but somehow we never make the connection. We always fall short, and we think of this as some kind of great miracle. If only we realize we are living in that mode all the time.
Right. It is actually, whether you know or not, Ramakrishna said, whether you know or not, you are dealing with God every day. I am touching this table, I know or not, it is Brahman. There is not two. You are touching one wave fighting with another wave. It is nothing but water. Whether you know it or not, it is the ocean water. So knowing is such a thing, a tricky thing. We are dwelling on it, but we do not know. Knowing is to purify the mind, to grasp the truth, what is happening. It is a happening. Not that God will come one day out of the blue and make some miracle appearance. Yes, that appearance may be in a level when the collapse is not happening. Before that, you may see Mother Kali, you may see Ramakrishna. These are not wrong and these are not fictitious. But this is a different level of the mindset. Purification, purified mind is showing that. And that purified mind also collapse. Then who will say what? Etad vaitat. That consciousness where you hit back. All your experience is coming this way. You go back, back, and you see that is that. And that is eternal. Day and night to think. It is not that difficult, but it is to be thought day and night, day and night. And if you really think it may very scientific, it makes sense. A reasonable person can easily accept it. And you call it God, I have no objection. In a devotional literature, you call it God, who is the from whom everything comes. No, we are talking about today in the what Bhakti Ratna Mala, Bhagavat, and there it says that is Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu, he creates this Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwar. He's called Maha. But here is also another Vishnu. Brahma is the creator force, maintenance, and department of destruction. Three created from Mahavishnu. And Mahavishnu is from boom.
But if you talk to the Shaivites, it's Mahadev, right?
Give the name, but Mahadeva, and beyond that what? The same. That's the beauty of Hindu religion. You may fight as you come over here, but if you go ascend and transcend that level, boom, everywhere there is. See, Shiva Mahimno, you read the glory of Shiva. You chant any Vishnu mantras, see the essential meaning of that. People get bugged into the confusion area because we like confusion. We don't like solution. If the solution is done, then what is the business of the lawyers and the court and everything? If everyone makes an easy solution, then every business will stop. So our worldly business will stop if we make an easy solution. That's why no one takes Ramakrishna's words. We take so much complicated thing written by a scholar today, published today, and vomit his ideas. And wow. He himself didn't understand. And he has written something else. And we say, oh, this is code. This is the present language, today's language. But eternal language is this. No one have transcended these fundamental principles. Whatever book you read on consciousness or anywhere, they are all talking in a new language, in a very colorful language and very attractive way. Then you say, wow. There is nothing wow. This is the greatest wow. Then, now we read the verse 4 also where it says, whether it is whenever experience, whatever experience on 120 page, whatever experiences a person has, whether in the sleeping state or in the waking state, are possible because of the great and all-pervasive self-capital. An enlightened soul realizes his oneness with the great self and is no longer subject to grief. So, a great soul, who is a great soul? He who can identify that which is behind. We are ordinary soul because we identify here. And great soul, they go and identify with what? That great. Great people identify with great thing. Poor people identify with the poor thing. So we are poor people. So we identify with the world and little petty thing. Look at that. Huh? You go to every life situation, it's all petty. Too petty, it's a small thing. We make a big issue and go on struggling, fighting, crying, weeping, all this. So this is the mystery.
But Swami, to give us a little credit here, these petty things usually has to do with us experiencing
That's
the
not
peacefulness
good for
of
you.
laughing,
So
that-
the sage will say good for you, but not for me. He will say, oh, why shall I spend time for those things? You need them, do that. And that will bring you here one day. No, they are not objecting to that. But saying that you are using the energy, we are reading the glory of human birth today. Even Brahma is saying in the Bhagavad, Brahma says that even we, Brahma, the creator God, he is saying, even we aspire to be born as a human being.
Why?
Why? Because that is the greatest opportunity where you can realize the absolute truth.
Realize meaning experiencing
Experience.
divinity.
Yeah. You go to heaven, it is a party. Singing, dancing, singing, dancing and eating, drinking, and fun all the time. Yeah, boring will come after, bore. And after that boring, what will you do? No satisfaction.
Look for a battle.
Then you find that, oh my God, I went to heaven with so much effort and this is the net result. So you get frustrated. And human body is the greatest temple where you can really experience the divine. So Brahma says, but this human being don't understand that. You get a golden opportunity, but you don't know its price, what you have got. That's why my point. If you are given to spend your 8 hours duty day, and you are given $1 million, and you get $10, you are satisfied with $10, pay there. Do the same 8 hours job. Someone can earn 1 million and we can earn $8. That's okay. I'm happy with it. My experience is necessary. Do that experience. Upanishad does not stop them. The rishis don't say, don't do that. But quickly come out and see what you can gain. You can gain much more, much bigger. Now, next verse, 121. Ya imam madhyadang veda. Ya, read. 121. Got it? 1 to 1.
Swamiji, what about 190?
We have read all those things before. I was repeating. 190 we read. No, whatever experience a person has, whether in the sleeping state or in the waking state, are possible because of that great, all-pervasive self, just we talked about. An enlightened soul realizes his oneness with the great self and is no longer subject to grief. That's the same thing. We have read it. This is an old reading. I was just recapitulating half an hour. Now we are entering today's reading. There's the verse number. What? 5. 121 page. Read with me. Ya emang madhyadang veda. Ya madhyadang veda. Atmanam jivamantika. Atmanam jivamantika. Ishanam bhutavabhyasya. Ishanam bhutavabhyasya. Natato bijigupshate. Bijigupshate. Etadvaita. So the person, case 122, the person who knows